Hello, and welcome back to another episode of MoJo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the one and only Powerpuff Girls / JoJo's Bizarre Adventure podcast. I'm Raven.
And I'm Alison.
Alright, so I don't think that there is much in the way of any new PPG news today. I think later this week the new comic is going to be coming out, but that's about it. I think that's July 19th. It's the 14th while we're recording this, so that might be a bit later when you're hearing it. But today we're going to be discussing the episodes Just Another Manic MoJo and Mime for a Change. So I'm going to start talking about Just Another Manic MoJo. The title is, of course, a pun on the Bengals' Manic Monday. Everyone is having fun in the park except for MoJo Jojo and his volcano lair. The narrator hates him a lot. MoJo gets up with his alarm and is annoyed to see a bright sunny day outside his window. He showers and brushes his teeth on an assembly line. He flips out when he goes to have breakfast because he has one egg left in his fridge instead of two. He is in general extremely grumpy and says curses every time he's irked by something. He has to go back and get his wallet, and he's pissed that there's kids playing in his moat. He says he will have to come back and destroy the children after he's eaten breakfast. He gets stuck at a crosswalk with some extremely noisy people, which would irk me too because I have a lot of sensory issues. He goes to the grocery store and asks about his precious eggs, and finds that they're right beside his head. MoJo finally gets back home and has breakfast, reads the paper, and is irked to see that the girls are in the paper for saving the day again, when a baseball crashes through his window. MoJo thinks it's the kids in the park at first, but as he looks out the front door, he realizes it was the Powerpuff Girls who broke his window. They bang on MoJo's door asking to get their ball back. He is excited that he will be able to destroy them, but anxious because his late breakfast caused him to be unable to come up with a good enough scheme, until he realizes he can hide their ball from them until he's ready to destroy them. However, this scheme doesn't go very well for MoJo. As he pretends to look for the ball, the girls get into his stuff, nearly destroying the Ming vase that was a souvenir from the first ever crime he'd committed. MoJo finds them looking at his baby pictures, much to his chagrin. There shall be no giggling in the lair of MoJo. And when he tries to fire a destructo ray at them, they fly around playing hide and seek. He bribes them with candy to keep them occupied, but the Powerpuff Girls decide they should help MoJo find their ball, and they destroy his lab and all his experiments in the process, except for the destructo ray. He finally aims it and locks onto the girls when he sees that Bubbles is trying to touch his Ming vase again. MoJo tells the girls off, not realizing he's now in the line of fire. The vase is destroyed and he is injured, and finally, in a fit of rage, he gives them their ball back and tells them to get out of his lair. The next day he reads the paper and discovers that he is credited with saving the day by giving the girls back their ball, which causes him to scream in rage. Once again the day is saved, but perhaps by the most unlikely and disgruntled of heroes. Okay, so that was the episode summary. Do you have anything to add or discuss before I move on to the question?
I guess just some observations. You kind of already said it, but MoJo seems to hate other people. I guess especially while he's grumpy in the morning and hungry.
Very understandable.
And he likes things a certain way. I guess, what is that called? Type A personality.
Yeah.
Doesn't want his things touched or moved around.
Samesies.
And I thought it was cute. Bubbles had like a backwards baseball cap on in this episode, and she was chewing bubblegum throughout. And I just kind of noted like MoJo's lair just seems like it's ginormous when they kind of panned out, and MoJo and the Powerpuff Girls looked really tiny next to it. I'm not sure how he just has this. He's not very secretive, you know, like this giant lair. Like, how did that come to be? Might be an interesting story. And then his Powerpuff Girls, I forget what that ray was called he was trying to shoot them with, but it kind of had its flaws. Like, they had to sit still on that couch for him to actually get them. Like, and they're always so busy buzzing around. It was very hard. And also, he does get shot by the ray, which was supposed to be the only thing that can actually take out the Powerpuff Girls, but he survives. Like, he's able to usher them out and give them their ball back. So, is he more powerful than the Powerpuff Girls? Or has better healing powers than they do, possibly?
Much to consider. So my question for this episode is, which other villain would you like to see have a slice of life episode dedicated to them? And I think probably I would be most interested to see what him's daily life is like and what kind of like weird shit he gets up to in his little pocket dimension or whatever he lives in. Maybe it's just hell. I don't know. I think that could be very entertaining though.
That would probably also be my answer, other than maybe the boogeyman, because he's at least so far my favorite villain. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Mime for a Change, which is a play on the phrase time for a change. These two episodes aired on February 3rd, 1999. So at the start of the episode, we are in the city of Townsville, and there's a really loud clown performing and singing at a birthday party for Jim. The clown's name is Rainbow. He is tall and skinny in a rainbow striped shirt with polka dot pants, big red shoes, pink hair, a tiny hat, and gloves. Rainbow steps into the street while leaving the party and almost gets hit by a bleach truck. The truck flips on its side while trying to avoid Rainbow and dumps its bleach, turning Rainbow black and white and into the evil and silent Mr. Mime. In horror movie fashion, everything Mr. Mime touches turns black and white and silent. Our attention then is turned to the Powerpuff Girls on a bus, where Bubbles is coloring the girls. Because the stoplight has no color, the girls have to stop the bus from crashing. They notice the missing color in the city, which drives Bubbles crazy. She wants to recolor the town with her crayons. She is so upset, she freaks out about a man parking near a hydrant and throws the car. Meanwhile, Blossom and Buttercup search for clues and find footprints. Mr. Mime continues removing color and sound throughout the city. The cops try to stop him and he turns them all black and white and silent. Blossom and Buttercup finally catch Mr. Mime turning stuff black and white and chase him. They lose him, but he sneaks up on them in an alley. Bubbles has continued recoloring the city but can't find her sisters. When she does find them, black and white and unconscious, she cries and tries to color them, but laments that her crayons aren't magic. Bubbles gets the idea to play music. She plays the drums, and the music begins returning color around her. When it reaches Buttercup and Blossom, they awake and play guitars. Bubbles sings "Love Makes the World Go Round," and all the color and sound comes back to the city. The town rocks out. Rainbow the Clown is back and thanks them, but they beat him up and put him in jail. The day is now Technicolor again. So Rainbow and Mr. Mime are voiced by Tom Kenny, who is also the narrator and the mayor, and SpongeBob. The Clown and Mime are kind of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Did you have any comments about the episode?
I just thought that the ending was kind of harsh because, I mean, he technically there's no law that says that you can't turn everything black and white and soundless. So he technically didn't break a law, and then they beat him up and put him in jail. And I feel like the bleach he wasn't evil before the bleach hit him, so it's not like he had this scheme and then he used the bleach as an excuse. So it just seemed harsh to me that they beat him up and did throw him into jail.
Yeah, it turned him into a completely different person.
He's evil mirrorverse copy or something.
But it made it so people can't talk, and no sound is not great for everyone. Like, Bubbles was upset that, like, the traffic lights weren't colored and signs and such, so, like, people were violating traffic laws and stuff. It was causing accidents.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of harsh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what they should have done, but...
Bubbles just hates that man's guts so much.
Yeah, because she loves all the colors. It did seem like the city was, like, super colorful.
Yeah, they definitely amped up the color even more than usual in the beginning of the episode.
Maybe he needed to, like, go to clown reform school or something. Or, like, don't let bleach trucks drive through the city again. I don't know.
No more bleach for you. You get a stain, you're just stuck with it from now on because of that damn clown. He ruined it for everyone.
That's It kind of was like both episodes were showing like a super colorful, noisy city, because MoJo didn't like that in the first episode. It seemed like they both kind of centered around the park too. I think that's where that birthday party was supposed to be. I'm sure that super annoyed MoJo.
Probably, yes.
Clown. Maybe he loved the black and white, soundless city.
Yeah.
They should have like maybe ran past his window or something. And
yeah, they didn't show any of the villains or anything. It was just regular people.
I don't think we saw the mayor or professor or anything in this episode.
Mm-mm. It was just some randos besides the girls, basically. Clown himself.
Okay, so my question is, clowns are sometimes considered scary, like in Stephen King's It. Are you scared of clowns? I guess in general, I don't fear clowns. Pennywise is pretty freaking scary though. But other than that, I don't have a fear of clowns. I'm not like super into clowns or anything either. I'm just kind of like neutral about them, I guess.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty ambivalent to clowns except for Pennywise. Keep him away from me, please. I just think of when the new It came out, and then there was this theater and someone had a balloon and they just let go of it and it was released in the theater.
Oh. Yeah.
I absolutely would have peed myself. I'm like, oh my god, he's here.
Yeah, Pennywise is definitely an exception. I don't know if I've seen a lot of scary clowns and stuff besides that, but
yeah, there's a couple other horror movies I can think of. I think there's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and like, I don't know if it's called like Terrifier or whatever. And those have evil clowns. For the most part, they're just there to entertain the children at their birthdays or whatever, or at the circus.
there's something kind of creepy about them just having kind of almost like a permanent smile painted on their face, though.
Yes. Well, I guess there's the Joker, too. How did I forget the Joker? I mean, he's not, like, spooky, but he is evil. So I think that does it for this episode. So, next week, I guess, it may be a longer episode. We might be discussing both the Rowdy Rough Boys and Uh-Oh Dynamo, which are both half-hour segments. We may change that later, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll be discussing those episodes. And if you've been enjoying the podcast, hit that follow button. It would be super nice if you could leave us like a nice review too. We don't have that many of those at the moment, so it would be nice to have some more. Maybe we'll read your review on the pod. If you're watching this or listening to it rather on YouTube later, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Maybe leave a comment. Maybe you want to discuss the episodes. Maybe you have some trivia we missed. Maybe you want to answer our weekly questions. I will see you next time, though. Goodbye.
Bye.